Well, I'm the general manager at Johnson Chevrolet Buick in Clarksville, and I've been here 14 years. It's a family-owned dealership. My wife's family owns the dealership, and I've been here for a long time. I've got really good people that work here, and as a result of that, I have a little bit more time than I used to have to be able to devote to some other activities. And the activity that I like to devote myself to is photography. I love to take photographs, and I've actually gotten to where I really like to take photographs of people. And I've kind of developed that into a photography business on the side, if it's something that I can do and have a good time doing it. I tell people that I have a full-time job, and that keeps the bills paid, so anything that I do with photography is for fun, and if it's not fun, I just don't want to do it. I have been involved in Flickr as a Flickr user for a long time. It's just Max Slaughter at Flickr.com. It's a great place to showcase my photography and to network with other people and just get their solutions for common problems, their recommendations about how to change photography, to get recommendations about equipment to buy and things like that. And then we went to Facebook, and I was pretty new to Facebook. I knew that I should be doing some social media thing if I wanted to for the photography business, but I also thought it would be of a good deal of benefit to the dealership. We subsequently did a photography page, Max Slaughter Photography, and I'd love to have you to like my page. And then we also did one for Johnson Chevy, and we're having good results. It's been an eye opener for me. It's been a lot of fun. The lady that does most of my business promotion, who also happens to do the finance and insurance in the dealership, she's the one on a daily basis that keeps that up. But the other thing that has happened, each of my salespeople got a Facebook page if they didn't have one, and they're now using Facebook to say, hey, we took this great HHR in trade, or we just got a Toyota pickup in trade, or whatever, and or we just got a wonderful new SS Camaro in, come look at it, and kind of informing the people that they are friends with, that they're kind of keeping them in touch with things in leadership. And I think we've seen some positive results as some positive things as a result of it. What have we been about 10 weeks now, and I went from 0 people on my photography page to I'm 8 people short of 900 this morning, and that's I think a pretty good jump. I would have to say that I used some social networking methods to get that up. Every time I shoot a model, one of the requirements for her to get pictures from me is that she has to ask all her friends to like my page. She doesn't have to, but I ask her to do that. And most of the time, that works out pretty well. Seems like every time that I post photographs of someone, and they ask all their friends to like my photography page, I wind up getting people that want to hire me to do photography. A specific example, I shot some photographs of a little blonde-haired young lady named Tiffany last Friday. She's very cute, attractive, got real short, spiky hair, and she'd never done any photography to speak of. We shot photographs of her, and that has generated 2 people now that have said, hey, I love your pictures of Tiffany, and I'd love for you to take pictures of me or take pictures of my daughter for her senior pictures or whatever. So, and that's happened on more than one posting on the photography page. In fact, the matter is, I used to try to post a new photograph a day on Flickr. I don't post every day on the Facebook page, but I try to post regularly, and I try to post everybody that I shoot. I try to post at least 2 or 3 shots, and it's been overwhelming. I've had an awful lot of people that have responded. I love the way your photographs look, and so it's generated some business for me. Bought a building in last December that I've converted to use as a studio, and it's a work in progress. On the Facebook page, that You know, we got the walls built, and now I'm looking for someone to do the drywall. And then we got the sheetrock all done, and it's finished. And now then, I haven't got finished getting it painted yet, but I'm trying to keep people up to date on what's going on and get a little interest. The networking on Flickr was great. Of course, I have the Max Slaughter personal page, and then I have the Max Slaughter photography page. Anything that I post on Flickr, not anything, but when I post a couple pictures on Flickr, which I do very seldom now, but those pop up into my regular photo stream. The photography photographs do not. Those people that I know from when I was in high school and my daughter and all those, they don't really want to see some of those photographs pop up on my personal page. Biggest downside, I think, is the amount of time that I spend. That's you know, I'm an old guy, so I don't have a lot of demands on my time other than work and what I choose to do for the hobby outside the time that I spend with my wife. And so I kind of have the luxury of being able to do that, maybe more so than a lot of other people. I don't really keep up with the time. I'm sure I spend more time than I should doing that. But when I come to work early in the morning before the dealership opens, and I take care of some business things, and then I have the opportunity to spend a little bit of time checking Facebook and wishing happy birthday to the people whose birthday it is, and those sort of things. Then during the day, periodically when I catch a break, I'll do it. My wife and I generally in the evenings spend we spend some time together, have a meal together and watch TV, and generally she goes to bed and read, and I go to the computer. I spend some time on that, but I don't know that I can quantify the number. You have to be a little more technologically adept, perhaps, but if I can learn it, I think anybody else can. The downside that's a little bit scary for someone my age, the George Orwell book 1984 that I read back in the 60s is almost coming to pass as Facebook. I don't see that as a negative, but it gives an awful lot of information out there about the people, and you just need to understand that when you do it. That's the other warning I think I would tell a lot of people, that I'm coming into contact with some female models whose name, and I'm going to make this up, might be Beth Ann Smith, and she's on Facebook as Beth Ann, not Beth Ann Smith, so that it's a little bit more difficult for people to track her down. I think that the day that we're filming this, that Facebook is the social media connection around now. I know one of the other things we talked about was Twitter. That's just not my style. I think probably there will be something replace Facebook. I'm not sure what that is, but our world is just changing technologically, and it gets more and more and more connected.